Welcome back, guys, to the Andrei podcast. Again, no surprise. As you know, World Cup episode. Many games have happened since my last podcast. I know it's only been 2 days, but still, there's like fucking 4 or 5 games every single day of the World Cup. So I have no choice but to do many episodes as soon as possible. So let's start off immediately with Portugal versus Uzbekistan. 5-0 for Portugal. They played really well. Portugal actually played really well against Uzbekistan. I'm not going to lie. They played really well. And my GOAT, my favorite player of all time, my idol, Cristiano Ronaldo, scored 2 goals. Yes. Now, let's dissect those 2 goals. I'm not taking anything away from him. His 2 goals are legit. He scored them beautifully. They're 2 legit goals. And actually, I want to congratulate him because being 41 years old and still playing is a huge accomplishment. And plus him scoring 2 goals is also a huge accomplishment. But at the same time, I want to be fair. All my Ronaldo fanboys who are going fucking crazy, who are fucking losing their minds because Ronaldo scored 2 goals against Uzbekistan in the group stage, chill the fuck out. Like I said, all the most praise to him. But let's be realistic. It remains Uzbekistan. That's like their first World Cup ever. It remains pardon my language, but it remains a shit team. And it's the group stage. Thank you, Matt. It's the group stage. So, like I said, yes, 2 goals, phenomenal. At 41 years old, being at the top of his game, so, but still being in the shape that he is, and just still playing soccer at the age of 41 is fucking crazy. And being able to play soccer at the highest level in the World Cup, representing Portugal, which is one of the greatest footballing nations in the world, and being able to start in the starting 11, even though in my opinion he shouldn't, but still he's starting. That's a huge success. And I want to congratulate Ronaldo for the career he had, because he probably had one of the most successful athletic careers throughout all sports throughout history. That's a fact. He scored 2 goals against Uzbekistan. Phenomenal. I'm back, like he said. Now, is he truly back? Like Zlatan said, I thought you never left. Now, I'm back. Yes, he did what he does, score goals. He scored against Uzbekistan in the group stage. So far, does he have a phenomenal performance in the World Cup? No, he has an average performance in the World Cup, maybe even below average, if I'm being honest. He's having a normal World Cup performance considering all players put together. But he did score 2 goals against Uzbekistan. But like he said, I'm back. It's not the Ronaldo that we know. He's not even close to being the Ronaldo that we know, the prime Ronaldo from the age of 27 to 34. He's far away from being that Ronaldo. But you cannot blame him. He's fucking 41 years old. How do you expect someone to be 41 and to still play in his prime? It's really hard. Unless you are Lionel Messi, who just turned 39 yesterday. Only he can still be in his prime at the age of 39. Only Messi. Because he's the greatest player of all time. And he's so fucking smart. He's so talented. He has such a high footballing IQ that no matter his age, no matter in what physical decline his body is, he'll always be at the top of his game, and he'll always be amongst the best players in the world. And if I might add, currently right now, he is the best player in the world. So of course, at the end of the day, let's not compare Ronaldo with Messi in this World Cup, because Messi is inhumane. He's an alien. No one can compare to Messi. But let's compare Ronaldo with these other humane players, with these other human players. He's playing well. Can't lie. I can hate on him all I want. Of course, many times I do it for clickbait, for rage bait. I hate on him. But if I'm being honest, doing what he's doing at the age of 41, although I do believe that he should maybe hang up his boots, or at least sit on the bench, maybe not start. But at the same time, which number 9 for Portugal can start and be better than Ronaldo? They don't have that many good number 9s, Portugal. They have good wingers, of course. Rafael Leao, Bruno Fernandes, attacking midfielder. They have good midfielders, Bruno Fernandes, Vitinha, João Mendes, João Neves, Nuno Mendes. Of course, they have good players, but do they have a good number 9? They don't. So is maybe Ronaldo their best option? I don't know, because yes, Ronaldo remains one of the greatest number 9s, one of the greatest attackers of all time, but he is 41. So yes, Portugal maybe don't have a better number 9, but at the same time, Ronaldo isn't playing phenomenally. So maybe they don't have a choice but to keep Ronaldo in, plus the aura, plus maybe the team spirit and the motivation that he brings to the team. Maybe that's a plus. But if we compare Ronaldo to these other players, Haaland is better than him right now, Mbappe and many other strikers, although Messi is still 39 years old and he's better than Mbappe and Haaland. So, but at the end of the day, I want to give Ronaldo his flowers. I want to give Portugal their flowers. But if we're being honest, to all my Ronaldo fanboys or all my Portugal fans, you guys are not going to go far in the World Cup. I feel like you guys aren't even going to reach like the best stage you guys can reach for this World Cup would be quarterfinals. There's no chance in heaven or in hell that you guys go past the quarterfinals. It's impossible. And quarterfinals, I'm being generous because I think there's more chances of you guys getting knocked out in the round of 16 than reaching the quarterfinals. Forget about semifinals. That's never going to happen. But I do believe that you guys are going to get out of the group stage. That's for sure. Round of 32, depending on who you guys meet, then it depends if you guys will pass. But let's say I'm being generous. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good today. Let's say I want to be nice. Let's say I say, okay, Portugal can win the round of 32. I see them losing in the round of 16, in my opinion. That's what I see. I don't want to be a hater. Right now, I'm being completely unbiased. I'm putting my hate to the side, whatever. I don't see Portugal going further than the round of 16 this tournament so far. They have a really good team. Like Lucas said many times, this is the best team Portugal ever had. But it remains Portugal. They never won a World Cup, and they'll probably never win a World Cup ever. So, of course, this is maybe the best Portuguese team they ever had. But let's look at the team, right? Goalkeeper, Costa. Okay, not bad. Nuno Mendes, elite left back. Veiga, okay. Ruben Dias, a bit older. Cancelo, not bad. Vitinha, Neves, really good at midfield. Bruno Fernandes just won the Premier League Player of the Year. João Felix now plays in Saudi Arabia, although he did play well. Cristiano Ronaldo up front. It's not the same Ronaldo that we know. He's older, he's slower, he's weaker. He's not as decisive as he once was. His finishing isn't at the top level as it once was. He's not the same Ronaldo that we know. He's not the Crish Ronaldo that we know. And then Pedro Neto, right winger. So they do have a good team, but they're not necessarily any better than Colombia. They're maybe slightly better than Colombia on paper, but as a team, like next game, it's Portugal versus Colombia, right? Who do I see winning that game? Honestly, I think it's going to be really a tight game, but either or can win. If Portugal win, I'm not going to be surprised. If Colombia win, I'm not going to be surprised. It's a really tight game, and they're very similar level-wise. So to all my Portuguese fans and to all my Ronaldo fanboys, let me ask you a question. So Portugal and Colombia are approximately the same level. Do you guys see Colombia winning the World Cup? It's fucking impossible. Do you guys see Colombia reaching semifinals? Hell no. I have so many Colombian friends. I love Colombian culture. I love Colombian women. I fucking love Colombian women. And I love Colombians. They're phenomenal people. But do I see them reaching the semifinals? Hell no. Quarterfinals? Maximum. Round of 16? Yeah. Quarterfinals? That's pushing it. Semifinals? Impossible. So it goes for the same logic for Portuguese people and for Portugal. Do I see them reaching the semifinals? Hell no. Do I see them reaching the quarterfinals? Yeah. Round of 16? Definitely. So the same level, Portugal and Colombia. And now to all my Ronaldo fanboys, oh, how can you compare Colombia with Portugal, whatever? Yo, Colombia are really good, man. If you look at their players, they have really good players. Like if I pull up their players right now, give me 1 second. Bro. Jesus. Okay, Canada, Bosnia. Let's see. Colombia. Where is my Colombiano? Pablo Escobarito. Let me pull up Colombia. Colombiano, papi. Yeah, where the fuck's Colombia, bro? Okay, Colombia against Congo. How do they play? Let's see their lineups, right? They have Vargas in goalkeeper, Sanchez, Lucumi in center back, Mojica and Munoz right and left back, Lerma, Puerta, Arias, James Rodriguez, Lucho Diaz, and Suarez up front. Lucho Diaz is phenomenal, right? They have good players. Now, like I said, they're very similar because on paper, of course, Portugal have bigger players. But Colombia as a team, they play really well together. So that's why maybe when we put all together, that's why maybe they're very similar. On paper, of course, Portugal are above Colombia. That's for sure. But when there's a soccer game, it's not like one team prints out his starting 11 on paper and the other team prints out his starting 11 on paper and then they say, okay, who won? That's not how it works. They go on the pitch and they literally play football. So that's why even if on paper you have the best players, you have the best team, it doesn't necessarily mean that you'll win that game. And in the World Cup, it's only one game, so anything can happen. But although anything can happen, the best teams in general, they win. That's how the World Cup works. So that's why I'm saying that Colombia and Portugal are very, very tight. Although Portugal have a better team on paper, but put all together, team chemistry, how they actually play, players on paper, everything else, they're very similar. So that's why the game Colombia against Portugal is going to be really an important and decisive game for both teams, especially for Portugal. If they can't win against Colombia, forget about round of 16, they're going to get knocked out in the round of 32. That's what's going to happen because in the round of 32, if I'm not mistaken, they're supposed to meet up with either England or Croatia. Maybe they can win against Croatia, maybe, but they're not winning against England. They're not winning against England because on paper, England are better, and how they play, they're also better. Let's not forget, Portugal tied with Congo. That means a lot. Now, I have a lot of my African friends, they're telling me, oh, you know what? African teams are getting better, this or that. Maybe that is the case. Maybe they are getting slightly better, although they're not getting crazy better. They are getting slightly better. It remains Congo. I'm sorry. I love my Congolese friends. I love my Congolese community. You guys aren't the best in football. It's a fact. Don't get mad. It's just a fact. So if my Portuguese friends, if your national team cannot even win against Congo in an important group stage match in the World Cup, not a friendly game on a random Tuesday in August, it's the World Cup. Every game matters, and every single game, every single player is playing to his full potential and to his maximum, running to his max, doing everything to his max because it's the fucking World Cup and it's really fucking important. So if Portugal can't even win against Congo and then they win 5-0 against Uzbekistan, let's not lie, Uzbekistan are pure dog shit. What does that tell us about Portugal? Of course, it's 5-0. It's a really good score, but still, they tied with Congo. That's why I'm saying that this next game against Colombia is really and highly decisive. Why? Because in 2022, Argentina lost to Saudi Arabia their first group stage match. They lost and then they ended up winning the World Cup. So it can't happen. So maybe that's what happened with Portugal. The first game, nerves, whatever they lost against, they tied with Congo, right? And Congo, Saudi Arabia, pretty equal in terms of level. And plus, they didn't lose like Argentina, who lost against Saudi Arabia. They tied. So it's not as bad. But we have to see against Colombia because Colombia are going to be Portugal's first real test. If they play phenomenally against Colombia, if Ronaldo scores a fucking hat trick, you guys are going to go far in the World Cup, maybe even reaching the semifinals. But I don't see you guys destroying Colombia. The best that can happen for Portugal against Colombia is you guys winning 2-1, 1-0, 3-1 at the most, although I don't see it happening. And there's also high chances of Colombia winning that game or of there being a tie. It's not like Portugal are definitely going to win, and then it's only a question of by how much. Colombia also have high winning chances against Portugal in this next group stage match. So that's why these next games are crucial and very important for these big teams. Because like you can see, speaking about Portugal winning against Uzbekistan, but then having to face Colombia, there's many other teams. Let's say Brazil's first game, they did 1-1 against Morocco. Morocco, if I'm being fair, they're really good. They're a really good footballing nation. They're maybe not as good as they were in 2022, but they remain really good. So doing 1-1 against Brazil, it's a huge success for Morocco, but it's a loss for Brazil. Why? You guys are Brazil. You can't be tying against Morocco. You guys simply can't. You guys are the kings of football. You guys always have the best players on your team, and you guys simply cannot be tying against teams like Morocco. Although Morocco are really good, still, Brazil, Morocco. Let's get it straight. So then you see after that, we have Germany, right? First game against Curacao. Played really fucking well, 7-1, and they were playing phenomenally on the pitch. Every single player went crazy, right? If I look at the players who played that game, you have Neuer in goalkeeper. Joshua Kimmich, Ta, Schlotterbeck, Brown left back, Pavlovic and Mecca and defensive midfielder, Sandy Musiala and Florian Wirtz and attacking midfielder, left, right, and central, and Kai Havertz up front. They have really good players. And before I go more deeper into Germany, Manuel Neuer, still starting for Germany. He's like 41 years old, 40 years old, and he's still starting for Germany. He's one of the greatest goalkeepers of all time, if not the greatest. He's the player who revolutionized his position the most. No one revolutionized his position as much as Manuel Neuer did. Sergio Busquets revolutionized his position a lot. Johan Cruyff was a big innovator in the world of football, but so is Manuel Neuer. Before Manuel Neuer, no one was a sweeper keeper. After Manuel Neuer, everyone became a sweeper keeper. Every single goalkeeper became good with his feet, and every single goalkeeper now goes more up front and they play more with their feet. That is something that Manuel Neuer revolutionized in this game and made it better in this game. Revolutionized. Exactly. So that's what he did. But getting back to Germany, they played really well against Curacao, right? Like 7-1. Phenomenal. Fucking crazy. But it's not the same 7-1 as it is playing against Brazil in 2014 World Cup at Brazil in the semifinals and then winning 7-1 against Brazil in the semifinals against Brazil in Brazil. That's way different than winning 7-1 against Curacao in the group stage in America or Mexico or wherever it was. Huge difference. But still, 7-1, really good. But look at these next games from Germany, right? So they played really well against Curacao, although it does remain Curacao, although they played really fucking well. But then if I go to Germany's second game was against, was it Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast? Or Ivory Coast, right? So Germany, Côte d'Ivoire, 2-1. Last minute goal from Undav. Last minute goal, 90 plus minutes. He scored a second goal to win against Côte d'Ivoire. If I look at the lineups, again, Manuel Neuer, Kimmich, Ta, Schlotterbeck, and Mecca, Musiala, Pavlovic, and Brown in midfield, Sané, Havertz, and Wirtz. Phenomenal players, but they played 2-1, and they won because there was a last-minute goal from Mecca. So again, 2-1 against Ivory Coast. They won. Ivory Coast, a good team, right? They've always been a good African team, always. But this is Germany, 4 World Cups, and this is Ivory Coast, no World Cups. And the Ivory Coast of 2026 isn't the same Ivory Coast as 2014 with Yaya Toure, Drogba, and all these phenomenal players. It's not the same Ivory Coast. It's a different Ivory Coast. Right now, if I look at their starting 11, they have one good player, Kessié, and Diallo, who plays right winger. They have 2 good players. Germany, although they have Neuer, who is a phenomenal player. Kimmich plays for Bayern Munich. Schlotterbeck plays for Bayern Munich. Musiala, really good. Pavlovic, Sané, Havertz, and Florian Wirtz. They have way bigger superstars, and they only played 2-1 against Ivory Coast. Although it is only one game, so anything can happen. But still, I was expecting more from Germany, if I'm being honest. And then Germany's third game, Germany, Curacao, Spain, Cabo Verde, France, Senegal, Austria, Portugal, Congo, England, Croatia. Let me grab Germany's Ivory Coast. Colombia, Germany. I think they played. Yeah, I see. The game they played today, Ecuador versus Germany, they lost to Ecuador. Of course, it can happen, but still, it's not supposed to happen. Maybe because they won 2 games already, they already have 6 points, they didn't care, but still, it's the World Cup. For your mental, for the mental of all the players, and for the mood of all the players, you can't be losing matches because it can affect your mental. Even though you guys won 2 games and like, okay, we're still qualified, it does affect your mental state a little bit when you end up losing against Ecuador. If I look at the starting 11 of Germany that game, they played again with all their best players. Neuer, Raum, Rudiger, Ta, Kimmich, and Mecca, Pavlovic, Leroy Sané, Jamal Musiala, Florian Wirtz, and Kai Havertz. They still play with their best players, and they lost 2-1 to Ecuador. Ecuador, broski. They don't have any good player except Caicedo. Caicedo and Valencia is there, but Valencia isn't world class. Caicedo is really good playing in the Premier League. They only have one player, and Germany lost 2-1. Granted, they are qualified for the knockout stage. So maybe they don't care, but still, you guys can't be losing those games. That goes for Germany. So although people always say the World Cup, every single game is important, it's a fucking fact. Because even if you're qualified, you still want to win every single game so that you're in a better mood and your mind is all there and your mental is good and you're hyped for the group stage and you go there with confidence that you're going to win more games and you're going to reach the finals. Because Germany's standard for every single World Cup needs to be, we have to win it. That should be their standard for every single World Cup. Why? Because they're fucking Germany. They always have phenomenal players and they have 4 World Cups and they always have winning chances in their World Cup. So their standard for every single World Cup should always be, we need to win it. Every single World Cup, when the manager speaks with the players, when they have their reunions, it should always be, we need to win this upcoming World Cup. Every single time, every single tournament, that should be their mentality. Same goes for the Euros and for any other tournament. They always need to have the mentality of, we need to win it because Germany, they're fucking Germany, right? And now if you look at France, Tuesday. Oh, no, let's jump to England, right? England against Ghana. 0-0. Now, Ghana, are they good? Nah, they're not good. Let's be honest. I know people don't want to hate on them because it's an African team and they have Semenyo, they have Partey, they have Ayew. But at the end of the day, if you look at Ghana's starting 11 and then you look at fucking England's starting 11, Pickford, James, Konsa, Gehi, Spence, Anderson, Declan Rice, Madueke, Jude Bellingham, Gordon, and Harry Kane. I feel like some people overrate England's starting 11. If you look at it as I just named their names, it's not a phenomenal starting 11, and I've always said it. You have Bellingham, who is phenomenal, and you have Harry Kane, who is phenomenal. Declan Rice, really good. Gordon, really good. Other than that, they're not phenomenal players. Anderson isn't phenomenal. Madueke isn't phenomenal. Reece James isn't phenomenal. Konsa isn't phenomenal. Gehi, Spence, or Pickford. They're not phenomenal. Bellingham is. Kane is. Rice is, and I'm pushing it. And so is Gordon. Those players. But I feel like some people, they act like England have winning chances in the World Cup. They don't. They have better chances than Portugal. They are better than Portugal, although they're slightly better than Portugal. Because if you look at England's starting 11 and then you look at Portugal's starting 11, it's not that much of a difference. Although they do play better right now, but they did play 0-0 against Ghana. Yes, guys, it's only one game, but still, it's the World Cup. You can't be losing those type of games. It's really important that you win every single game. It's really fucking important. And them playing 0-0 against Ghana tells me a lot. But I've always said it since the beginning. They have a good team, not a phenomenal team. On paper, they have really good players. How they play, it's always been the same with England. Always been the same. They don't have the best culture, and they definitely don't have the best playing style. It's English football. It's not the best football. It's maybe the most violent, the most aggressive, the most whatever. Although maybe this team isn't the most violent or aggressive, but I'm speaking across history. English football has always been a bit more rough, but it's not the best football, and that's a fact. And that's why England never won anything except for in 1968 they won a World Cup. But other than that, if you look at England 2004, which was the greatest English team of all time, they lost the furthest they reached was like the quarterfinals. And England 2004 had a phenomenal team. Like if I pull up England 2004 squad, it's a really phenomenal squad. Like if I'm being honest, like let's look at it. So you have Neville, Terry, Campbell, and Cole in defense, Lampard, Gerrard, Scholes, and Beckham in midfield, and then Owen and Rooney up front. It's a fucking phenomenal team. Phenomenal players. England 2004 is 10 times better than England 2026. And they didn't do shit, England 2004. In the World Cup 2006, they didn't do shit. And in the Euros 2004, they didn't do shit. And the team they fucking had, James in goalkeeper, Gary Neville right back, John Terry center back, Sol Campbell center back, Ashley Cole left back, Lampard midfield, Beckham midfield, Scholes midfield, and Gerrard midfield. Look at that defense and look at that fucking midfield. Phenomenal. And look up front now. Michael Owen and Wayne Rooney. Phenomenal players. And they didn't win shit. And the only reason why they didn't win shit is because their culture and their style of play, their football playing style is dog shit. And that is why they didn't win shit. Not because of the players. Like I said, phenomenal fucking players. Like, look at this, bro. Phenomenal players. Like, don't get it twisted. Phenomenal squad filled with phenomenal elite players. And they didn't win shit. They could have won a lot. Look at the team. The team is fucking phenomenal. They could have won a lot. But their style of play is outdated and it's pure dog shit. They need to change it. So, like I was saying, England, if England 2004 couldn't win shit, England 2026 won't win shit. Why? Because, first of all, England 2004 has a stronger squad than England 2026, and they play the same level of football. So, it's the same. England 2004, better squad, so that's why they're here. England 2026, a less good squad, but they play the same level, the same style of football, so it's the same. That's why they'll never, ever win it. Although, I do feel like they can reach semifinals at best. Maybe play for the third place. Maybe. Yeah, because I feel like, you know what? The top four, there's definitely going to be France, Argentina, and Spain. Those two are definitely going to be there. And then for the fourth place, it's either England, Brazil, Germany. Fuck it, let's add Portugal just so my Portuguese fans are happy. Let's add Portugal. But those are the best teams, right? Those are the best teams. And then Spain, of course, Spain woke the fuck up, winning 4-0 against Saudi Arabia. Lamine Yamal played really fucking well, although he got substituted off because he had a slight injury. But let's not forget, Spain have high chances of winning the World Cup. They're in the top tier because they have a phenomenal squad. Phenomenal squad they have, Spain. If I look at it right now, Saturday, Friday, June, Monday, okay, here, Tuesday. So Colombia, Congo, let me pull up Spain. Where's Spain? Germany, Tunisia, Norway. Spain are playing tomorrow. Yeah, against Uruguay. It's going to be a really good fucking game. But where is it? I had it here. Spain played recently against Saudi Arabia. They won 4-0. If you look at the lineups, let me pull up the lineups. Unai Simon in goal. Porro, Cubarsí, Laporte, and Cucurella in defense. Rodri, Pedri, and Olmo played midfielder. Fucking phenomenal. Rodri, probably the best defensive midfielder in the world. Pedri, the best central midfielder in the world. And Olmo amongst the best attacking midfielders in the world. You have Lamine Yamal up front, one of the best fucking players in the world. Oyarzabal, a good striker. And then Baena as a left winger. Nico Williams played really fucking well in Euro 2004. He was maybe even he was equal to Lamine Yamal. In Euro 2004, he was really, really fucking good, Nico Williams. Although Lamine Yamal right now is, of course, better than Nico Williams. Although Nico Williams, you fucked up. You should have went to Barca, man. I don't know why you stayed with Athletic Bilbao. Maybe they paid you more, or I don't know. Or maybe you felt like if you stayed at Athletic Bilbao, you're going to have more playing time, or I don't know. But you should have went to Barca because it's fucking Barcelona. How can you say no to Barca? That was a dumb move on your part, Nico Williams, if I'm being honest. But hey, it is what it is. But Spain have a really, really phenomenal team, man. Like, we cannot lie. If we look at Gavi is on the bench. Marcos Llorente is a really good right back. He's also on the bench. Nico Williams is on the bench. Fabian Ruiz, which is a phenomenal midfielder for PSG. He's also on the bench, although he could be starting instead of Olmo. It should be Pedri, Rodri, and Fabian Ruiz, in my opinion. But hey, Olmo is also really fucking good, so it makes a lot of sense. But Spain, 4-0 against Saudi Arabia. Purely dominated against Saudi Arabia. And they're phenomenal, Spain. They have high chance of winning the World Cup. Here, if I look at predictions that ChatGPT or maybe Google has, AI Google, they're saying that so far in this World Cup, France have 17% of winning their World Cup. Spain have 13%. Argentina 12%, and then England 10%. Do I agree with it? So. The top three makes sense. Now, does the order make sense? I would probably put Argentina first, and I'm standing by it. Why? Because I'm sorry, but with Messi, it's just a different ball game. It's a whole different level. And Argentina's squad is really fucking good. Of course, they don't have an Mbappe or whatever, but they have Lionel Messi, which is still the best player in the world. If I look at all the other Argentinian players It's world-class players. It's really, really fucking good players. Like, let me pull up when Argentina played against Austria, right? So here I have, why does it always fucking refresh, man? Argentina, Austria. Let me pull up the lineups. Of course, Messi scored 2 goals, but look at the lineups. Emiliano Martinez in goal. Really good goalkeeper. Molina, Romero, Martinez, and Medina. Their back four out of the, if we compare midfield with defense and attack, their weakest point is their back four. I agree, but still, it's a good back four. And if you look at their midfield is really good. Rodrigo de Paul is really a good player, and he complements Messi perfectly because he runs a lot, it's box, and he makes really good passes, Rodrigo de Paul. That's why he plays just behind Messi. Rodrigo de Paul, really good. McAllister, a world-class midfielder who plays for Liverpool. Enzo Fernandez, phenomenal midfielder who plays for Chelsea. A phenomenal midfielder. Almada, good midfielder. And then in attack, you have fucking Lionel Messi, greatest player currently in the world. I'm not saying he's the GOAT. He is the GOAT. But I'm not talking about he was the best player. He is the best player in the world. And then next to him, as a number 9, you either have Lautaro Martinez or you have Julian Alvarez. In my opinion, Lautaro Martinez is phenomenal. He plays phenomenal with Inter. For the past couple of years, he's always been one of the greatest strikers in current world football. It's a fact. But Julian Alvarez needs to start for Argentina. He is one of the best number 9s in the world. As much as I love and respect Lautaro Martinez, Julian Alvarez is better than him right now, and he deserves to play more. Argentina, Lionel Scaloni, please start Julian Alvarez in the knockout stages. Please start him, or at least please play him more. Because you put him against Austria, you put him in the 63rd minute, at least give him an entire half. If you want to give one half to Lautaro Martinez, give the other half to Julian Alvarez. Because Julian Alvarez, as he's been playing for Atletico Madrid, is fucking phenomenal. He's a phenomenal player, an amazing player. So if you look at Argentina's team altogether, it's really fucking good. They have Alvarez in the bench and Paredes. Leandro Paredes is a phenomenal midfielder also. A really, really good ball passer, tempo controller of the game. He calms down the play, and he's good in defense also. Paredes is a phenomenal player. And then we also have Palacios, Barco, Montiel. But it's mostly the fact that we have Gonzalez, Otamendi, Alvarez, and Paredes, and Tagliafico in the bench, which is a really, really good plus for Argentina because they also have a really, really good squad. Like I said last podcast, Austria is a good team. Let's not lie. It's a good team with good players. They're a strong team. They play well together. They're really organized, and they're dangerous together. They're a strong team. And Argentina managed to win 2-0 with Messi scoring 2 goals, just proving that Argentina are clear favorites to win the World Cup. If I'm being honest, I think the final is going to be Argentina against France. That's what I think. But Spain also have high chances of reaching the finals and even winning it. But I feel like AI said here, like Google says, France first with 17%, Spain second with 13%, and then Argentina third with 12%, and England fourth with 10%, and then they put Portugal with 8%, Brazil with 6%. I will put Brazil above Portugal in my opinion because they fucking played 1-1 against Congo. Brazil played phenomenal. They won 3-0 against Scotland, which Scotland, of course, isn't a phenomenal team. But Scotland are way better than Congo. Way better. Meaning that if Scotland was to play 10 games against Congo, Scotland would win 8 games out of 10 against Congo. Meaning that they're way better than Congo. And that's a fact. Everyone knows it. That's why I would put Brazil above Portugal for winning chance in the World Cup. Okay, who else? What other game can I talk about? I talked about France. France, I mean, they're playing tomorrow, right? France's past 2 games, Jesus fucking Christ. I fucking hate them. Why? Because they're phenomenal. Their starting 11 is phenomenal. They play phenomenally together. They have such a deep bench. The depth of their bench is fucking crazy. The depth of their squad is insane. Kylian Mbappe, every single World Cup, he always goes fucking crazy. I don't know what his fucking problem is, but it's like when he's in the World Cup, he like switches to like beast mode and he just goes fucking crazy. And I fucking hate it. Why? Because it diminishes the chances of Argentina winning the World Cup. But although they have all those phenomenal players, I still believe that Argentina with Lionel Messi and all their other players, they're still slightly above France. That's what I believe. And I believe that if they are to meet in the final of the World Cup, Argentina are again going to win against France. That's what I think. So this was Sunday. No, let me get all the way after Tuesday, Wednesday. No, Tuesday, Saturday, June 20th, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So England, Croatia. Let me talk a little bit about Croatia, right? Croatia, a nation of 3 million people at the most. Their population is 3 million. And they're phenomenal at football. Phenomenal. We call them the Brazilians of Europe. That was the case for Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia, before, when it was Yugoslavia, they were called the Brazilians of Europe. They weren't necessarily the best nation in Europe. They weren't. But their style of play resembled Brazil the most out of all these European nations. Why? Because their style of play is very technical. They all love to touch the ball. They're very, very skillful, and they're very technical. If you look at all these ex-Yugoslavian teams, they're all very skillful and very technical with the ball. Same goes for Croatia, Bosnia, Serbia. They're all very technical and skillful with the ball because it's in the culture. I know for all my friends who are Serbians, all my relative members who are Serbians or Yugoslavians, Croatians, Bosnians, when it comes to playing sports, they all like to do the fun stuff, which is being technical, attacking, controlling the tempo of the field, being in the middle of the field, touching the ball. They all love being skillful and technical. Same goes for all these other sports. If you look at basketball, right, the two best players from ex-Yugoslavia, Doncic and Jokic, which are also two of the best players in the world currently, they're both very offensive and very technical and very skillful, and they lack defensively. Same goes for soccer. It's the culture in Yugoslavia. It's all about being good offensively, about touching the ball, being technical, and being skillful. That's why Yugoslavia were always known as the Brazilians of Europe. And out of all these ex-Yugoslavian countries, the best in football are Croatia. They're the best team in football out of all these ex-Yugoslavian teams. Like I said, Croatia, a country with a population of 3 million people. 3 million. I'm from Quebec, the province of Quebec. We're 8 million here. Croatia as a country, they're 3 million. 2022 World Cup, they reached the semifinals and they finished third in that tournament. 2018 World Cup, they reached the finals. They almost won that game and they finished second in that World Cup. 1998, after the war of Yugoslavia, when all the countries broke up and when they all became independent in their own country, that was the first World Cup after that war. They finished third. So imagine a country who just finished a civil war. Now they go to play soccer with a population of 3 million people. They finished third in a tournament as big as the World Cup, which is the biggest football tournament. Out of all the footballing tournaments that exist, the hardest to win, the most prestigious one to win, and the most important one to win is the World Cup. And after years of being in a civil war, having a population of 3 million people, and they still end up finishing third in that World Cup tournament in 1998, that's phenomenal. And then finishing second in 2018, fucking crazy. And then in 2022, the last World Cup, they again finished third. Croatia are a real powerhouse. And special shout out to Luka fucking Modric. Holy shit, what a player. He's 41 years old. He's still a phenomenal midfielder. He's constantly running. His cardio is fucking crazy. If you look at Messi, Modric, Ronaldo, if you look at all three of them, purely based on cardio, Modric is above Messi and Ronaldo by miles when it comes to cardio. I don't understand. This guy has like fucking 5 lungs. He keeps running. He never gives up. He never stops running. I don't know how much cardio he has. I don't know how he runs that much at the age that he has, but it's fucking crazy. And he's still a phenomenal player. What a legend. One of the greatest midfielders to ever play this game. One of the best midfielders ever. If you look at Croatia's team, right? Livakovic in goal. Gvardiol, one of the best left backs in the world. Šutalo, Pongracic, Stanisic, Modric, Kovacic in midfield. Really good. Perisic, older but still doing his job in left wing. Baturina, who is really, really technical. Baturina and Pašalić. Baturina playing central attacking midfielder, and Pasalic playing as a right winger. They're both really, really skillful and really, really technical. So is Kovacic, so is Modric, so is Gvardiol, so is Pongracic, so is Šutalo, and so is Stanisic. They're highly fucking technical and very skillful because that is their style of play. That's always been the style of play from all ex-Yugoslavian teams. And that is why we used to call Yugoslavia the Brazilians of Europe. And now we call Croatians the Brazilians of Europe. So Croatia won. They won 1-0 against Panama. Panama, not a big team, but still, they won that game. Panama defended a lot. They were really back in their in defense. Croatia had trouble penetrating the defense and scoring a goal, but they ended up winning, which is the important part. They played really, really well, Croatia, and all the props to them. Okay, next game. So, what did I miss? Morocco, Bosnia, Switzerland, Canada, Congo, Colombia. Yeah, so Colombia against Congo, right? So I was watching the game. I have many friends who are Colombians and many friends who are from Congo. To all my Congolese friends, I fucking love you guys. I respect the shit out of you, but your team is shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I watched you guys play. It's fucking bad. It's really bad. You have one goalkeeper, 10 players, just like any other team. Your 10 players, they're not lacking defensively. They're not. But when it comes to creating plays, when it comes to finishing, you guys are really fucking bad. I'm not saying this to be a hater. Don't take it badly. But as a podcaster, analyzing the game of football, I have to be unbiased and I have to say it how it is. You guys are playing really fucking badly, man. I don't know. You guys have to change some shit up, but you guys are playing really badly when it comes to creating plays and scoring goals, finishing. Really fucking badly. You guys should be lucky and it should be considered a success that you only lost 1-0 against Colombia. Because Lucho Diaz could have went crazy. Actually, he did went crazy, but he didn't watch out for the offside. He's a winger. He's not 100% sure. He doesn't have the biggest instinct to not being offside because he's not a number 9. But it could have been way, way worse for Congo against Colombia. It could have been way, way worse. But since you guys defended really well, I mean, first of all, you put all your fucking players in defense. So of course, it's really hard to score a goal. Even if you have Messi, Ronaldinho, and Maradona up front, it's still going to be hard to score goals when you have 10 players sleeping in the box and defending the goal. Of course, it's going to be really fucking hard to score. But you guys, Congo, maybe I hate it on you guys saying that you guys are playing really badly. But so far, you guys should be proud of what your team did in their World Cup. You guys tied with Portugal. You guys played 1-1 with Portugal, which is a huge success for Congo. Because don't forget, guys, that's Portugal, right? Way, way, way better and way, way more of a stronger team than you guys. And you guys still managed to play 1-1 against Portugal. So you guys should be celebrating that game. And then you guys only lost against Colombia 1-0. Now, from all my Colombian friends who are really pissed off that he didn't win, don't be so delusional. Don't be so delusional. You guys should just be simply happy that you guys are in the World Cup playing and playing your hearts out. You guys should be proud of that fact because you cannot be all upset that you guys lost against Colombia. Of course, you guys lost against Colombia. That's Colombia. They have way better players and they play way better as a team than Congo. Way, way better. So what the fuck did you guys expect? They have way better players. They play way, way better. Of course, you guys have the argument of, oh, but it's only one game. Yeah, but way better players. They play way, way better together. Way, way more experience in the World Cup. And they're fighting Colombia. Congo. Yes, but it's one game. Still a huge fucking difference. And with probabilities, with mathematics, of course, Colombia have bigger chances of winning. And of course, they won. Which is the fact that you guys played 0 with Portugal. You guys played 1-1 with Portugal. That's a huge success. And just the fact that you guys reached the World Cup, considering that only 48 nations got qualified for the World Cup, even that should be considered as a success for you guys. So yesterday we had Switzerland versus Canada. Canada, my brothers, we lost against Switzerland, which is normal. Again, we should be proud that we're there. We should be proud that we played against Qatar and we won 6-0 and that we tied with Bosnia. If I'm being honest, Canada, yes, we have a population of 40 million, Bosnia of only 3 million, but Bosnia is a big, big footballing nation. They've always been. Canada, we don't give a fuck about football. We don't give a fuck about soccer. We care about hockey, American football, basketball, and even baseball more than we care about soccer. So we should be happy that we played 1-1 against Bosnia, which is a footballing nation. And we should be happy, really, really happy and proud that we won 6-0 against Qatar. And we should be really happy and proud that we only lost 2-1 against Switzerland and that we gave Switzerland a real fight because we played really well against Switzerland. So we should be proud that we're in the World Cup and that we're going on to the next stage. We should be proud about that, Canada. Bosnia against Qatar. My Bosnian brothers and sisters, my Bosnian cousins, aunts, uncles, whatever. Congratulations, guys. I'm happy for you guys. You guys are going to the next round. But let's not lie. You guys lost against Switzerland. You guys played 1-1 with Canada. And if we look at that game, Canada played better than Bosnia. And then you guys won 3-1 against Qatar. But it's Qatar, right? Me, with 10 other people, random people here in the streets of Gatineau, we would have winning chances against Qatar. It remains Qatar. But I'm not taking anything away from Bosnia. You guys have good players. You guys reached the World Cup, which I'm really happy for you guys. And the way you guys reached the World Cup deserves praise. You guys eliminated and knocked out Italy, which is a fucking phenomenal football team who have 4 World Cups. Phenomenal. But my Bosnians, brothers and sisters, don't be surprised and don't get all angry or upset if you guys get knocked out in the round of 32. If you guys manage to reach the round of 16, it should be celebration. It should be fucking parties. It should be getting drunk until 5 a.m. Because if you guys reach the round of 16, it's a huge, huge success for you guys. Forget about quarterfinals. It's not gonna fucking happen. There's no chance under God's skies, on God's green earth, that you guys reach the quarterfinals. It's impossible. I would love for that to be possible because I have many family relatives who live in Boston and who are Bosnians. I'll be really happy for them. But like I said, for Portugal, as a podcaster, as someone who analyzes the game, I have to be unbiased and be rational. Bosnia, you guys have 0 chances of making it after the round of 16. And even the round of 16 is going to be a hell of a fight for you guys because you guys have to pass the round of 32 and I'm not sure who you guys are going to be facing. Next game, Morocco against Haiti. All my Haitian brothers and sisters, again, same concept and same logic as I said with Congo. Just the fact that you guys made it to the World Cup is a huge success. Of course, you guys lost to Morocco. Of course. You can't be surprised. How can you be surprised that you guys lost against Morocco? Morocco are a phenomenal footballing team. Of course, you guys lost. But just the fact that you guys played 4-2 against Morocco deserves an applause. And the goal that Haiti scored, one of the best goals so far this tournament, I forgot who scored it, but it was a phenomenal goal. So all my Haitians, brothers and sisters, you guys should be proud of your nation for what they're doing in the World Cup. And just for the fact that they qualified for the World Cup, that is already a huge win and a huge success story for you guys. Brazil against Scotland. Thank you, Brazil. Thank you so fucking much that you guys finally won 3-0 against Scotland. Now, this is starting to look like the Brazil that I know, the Joga Bonito that I know, and the fucking dominating Brazil team with 5 World Cups. This is the Brazil that we all know and love. Thank you, Brazil. And if I might add, it was so beautiful seeing Neymar enter the pitch. There was many talks. Is he going to play? Is he going to start? Unfortunately, he didn't start, and he was only subbed on in like the 60th minute. But it was so beautiful to see Neymar, one of the greatest players of all time, to step on the pitch for his last World Cup and play. Hopefully, knock on wood, he plays more games. He plays the next game, and then he plays in a knockout stage. Hopefully, he plays, and hopefully, he plays really fucking well and has a beautiful last dance style of World Cup. I really wish it to him. To all my friends who know me, they know how much I love Neymar. He's my favorite player after Messi. I fucking love him. But again, I am a podcaster. I have to be unbiased. He's a bit washed, man. He's old. He's always injured. He's not being serious. He's partying. He's not... even those 20 minutes that he played, I was really fucking happy to see him. It was so beautiful. All the nostalgia I had when I saw him on the pitch. But he didn't play phenomenal. He played good. He wasn't bad. He played good. Well, it was just nice to see Neymar on the pitch. And hopefully, these upcoming games, he plays more minutes. Maybe even hopefully he starts. And I pray to God that he plays phenomenally this World Cup. But so far, I don't see it happening, man. Germany against Ecuador, already talked about it. They lost 2-1. Shouldn't be happening. And then tomorrow, today, technically, because it's 9:45. So we have Turkey playing against USA at 10 p.m. today. I think USA are gonna win. Turkey lost their 2 first games. They have some good players, but hey, they're playing really fucking badly. USA, man. America, bro, you guys are playing really fucking well. When I'm saying that you guys are playing really fucking well, I'm not saying you guys have winning chances. Far from it. There's no chance in hell you guys are going to go far in the World Cup. Round of 16, quarterfinals, and I'm fucking pushing it. And the only reason I'm pushing it, guys, is because I really love America as a country. But you guys aren't going to reach the quarterfinals because when it comes to football, yes, you guys played really fucking well the first game and the second game. Considering the reason why we all accept the fact that you guys played really well is because we had so low expectations for you guys. We placed the bar so low that when you guys play good, it was like, holy fucking shit, they played really fucking well. But if you guys were to play against Argentina, against Spain, France, even Portugal, Germany, whatever, there's more chance of those teams cleaning you up than of you guys cleaning those teams up. But again, just the fact that you guys are playing the way you guys are playing, considering that you guys are America and you guys literally don't give a fuck about soccer, football, it's still a huge success for you guys. So let me skip to these upcoming group stage matches, the few group remaining games that remain for the group stage. Norway, France. Norway, please. I know it's a long shot. I know it's probably not going to happen, but please win this fucking game against France. Please. You guys have good players. Erling Haaland, Martin Odegaard. You guys have really good fucking players. If Norway manages to win against France, I'll be one of the happiest motherfuckers on planet Earth. I'd be so fucking happy. Why? Because yes, France are definitely going on to the next stage. They're already qualified because they won their two games. But if they lose to Norway, it's going to have a big impact on their morale and on their mentality. So I wish to God, I pray to God that Norway wins against France. But again, being an unbiased analyst, France are going to fucking humiliate Norway. Maybe not humiliate them, but they're definitely winning against Norway. Uruguay versus Spain. This is going to be a really good game. Uruguay are always really good. They always have good players, but Spain are going to be phenomenal. This is also going to be a really, really good test for Spain to see where they are with all these young players. I do believe that they're going to play phenomenally against Uruguay and that they're going to dominate against Uruguay, but still, hey, it's one match and it's going to be a really, really important match for both sides, Uruguay and Spain. And then we're going to have Croatia against Ghana Saturday. Croatia, molim te, pobedite. I really wish that Croatia wins. I've always loved Croatia. The main reason why is because I have family members who are Croatian, but it's mostly because of Luka Modric. Because when it comes to football, when it comes to the World Cup, I'm not really nationalistic. Like, I would always cheer for Argentina before Croatia or before Serbia or before Bosnia or even before Canada, just because Messi plays there. I'm not Argentinian. I've never even been to Argentina. I'm not going to root for Argentina because I have like ties to Argentina, but simply because Messi plays there. And like I said, in my opinion, when it comes to the World Cup, when it comes to games between nations, I'm not really nationalistic because at the end of the day, it's soccer players who don't give a fuck about me and they're there to win the World Cup. And even if they lose a match and they get knocked out, I'm not going to get pissed off. I'm not going to get sad. Why? Because those players, maybe they're going to cry for that day, but the following morning, they're going to make millions of dollars like they already do, and they're going to go on vacation and not give a fuck. At the end of the day, it remains a sport. Yes, I fucking love this sport. I'm really fucking passionate about this sport. But even if Argentina loses in the round of 16, the only reason I'm going to be pissed is because, I cannot fucking boast about Messi on my podcast. I cannot rage bait Ronaldo fans by talking about Messi or whatever. But after 1 or 2 days, I'm not going to give a fuck anymore. I'm like, broski, they're multimillionaires playing a sport. And even when they're going to lose or get knocked out, the following morning, they've already booked their two-week trip to Ibiza. They're going to get drunk off their minds, sleep with the baddest bitches, and not give a fuck about me or the fans. So why would I care about that team? That's what I'm saying. That when it comes to football, even as much as I love football and as much as I am excited about the World Cup, even if my team gets knocked out, I don't give a fuck. I'm still hitting the gym tomorrow. I'm still going to work tomorrow, trying to close as many deals as possible and make as much money as possible. I'm still going to do my podcast episodes, talk about other stuff, have guests, whatever. And I'm not going to give a fuck. Maybe in the moment, I'm going to be a bit pissed off. Like, fuck. I really wanted Messi to win a second World Cup. I really wanted Argentina to win, whatever. But broski, they're multimillionaires playing soccer. And even them, if they are to get knocked out, the following morning, they don't give a fuck anymore. They're going back to their mansions. They're going on a 2-week trip to fucking Ibiza, getting drunk off their minds, sleeping with the baddest models. I'm not going to lose sleep over them getting knocked out. It can be Serbia. It can be Croatia. It can be Bosnia. It can be Canada. It can even be Argentina. After a couple of hours, I'm not going to give a fuck anymore. And that's how I feel like many people should act. I see many people get so pissed off and have a bad week or a bad day or have a down mood for the next couple of days because their national team got knocked out in the World Cup. Whilst those players who literally got knocked out, the following morning, they don't give a fuck. They wake up as multimillionaires. They go to Ibiza. They go to Spain. They go to fucking Morocco. They go on trip. They get drunk out of their minds. They don't care anymore. They get back to their routine and they get back to their career of being professional soccer players and they don't give a fuck anymore. So why would I waste my time and my energy and my mental mood, whatever, on players who don't give a fuck about me? Yes, I love watching it. It's pure entertainment. But I'm not going to lose sleep over my team getting knocked out. And I'm not going to feel down or feel bad because my team got knocked out. I'm not going to give a fuck. And that's how I feel like it should be for everyone, because at the end of the day, it's a sport. You're not the one wearing the jersey. Yes, maybe that's your country. You're proud of where you're from. You're proud of your country. But at the end of the day, it's a sport. It's not going to affect your bank account. It's not going to affect anything. It's not going to affect your goals, your dreams, your passions. That's why you shouldn't give a fuck. See it as pure entertainment. Like I said, I'm one of the biggest Messi fanboys, and I fucking love Argentina. But if they were to get knocked out, believe me, broski, after a couple of hours, I'm not giving a fuck, and I'm back to my normal life, going to the gym, doing podcasts, working 9 to 5, and chasing my goals and my dreams. I'm not going to lose sleep or my mental energy or my strength over fucking something that at the end of the day, we shouldn't really give a fuck about. So Croatia, I got Colombia, Portugal. Like I said, this game will be really, really fucking important for both sides, for Colombia and for Portugal, because it will showcase to the world on what level they actually are. Because so far they played against not so good teams, Uzbekistan and Congo. But so far I have many Colombians saying that we won't show the world how good we are. This is your chance. Same goes for Portugal. I hear many people talking about Portugal having winning chances this World Cup. Prove it against Colombia, right? If you guys want to win the World Cup and you guys can't win against Colombia, then there's no chances of you guys winning the World Cup. Prove it against Colombia, and then we will see. And then we will do another episode. I will do another episode with Luca and Hassan this Sunday, and then we'll talk about it. We'll see. Jordan against Argentina. Argentina against Jordan. Argentina again. Messi's probably going to score. If Messi scores a fucking hat trick again, he's going to have 8 goals in 3 games. It's going to be beautiful. I'm going to rage bait the shit out of Ronaldo fans and out of every other fan, because I'm going to be like, Messi just scored another fucking hat trick. And there's high chances of him scoring a hat trick against Jordan, because he scored 2 goals against Austria. He could have scored a third one if he didn't miss the penalty. Side note, as much as I love Messi, I have to be unbiased. Messi is a shit penalty taker. I'm not going to lie, he's a shit penalty taker. Whenever Messi has a penalty, I know it's 50-50. Why? Because of past experiences. There's many penalties, especially in important games. He misses big penalties. I don't know why. Messi's phenomenal in every single aspect of the sport. Taking free kicks, phenomenal. Dribbling, whatever. Every single aspect of the game, Messi's a 10 out of 10. But when it comes to penalties, for whatever reasons, he's a 5 out of 10. I don't know. Messi in practice, it's been documented and said so many times. If you tell Messi, you'll put the ball in that corner, he'll put it there 10 times out of 10. But when it comes to penalties, he's dog shit. He's better at free kicks, which is way harder to score than a penalty than he is at penalties. Maybe it's because of the mental aspect. Maybe that's why. I think that is the main reason why he's shit at penalties. It's because of the mental aspect. Maybe he overthinks. Maybe he's not confident when it comes to penalties. I don't know. When it comes to taking penalties, he's pure dog shit. Canada against South Africa. Canada, let's fucking get it. Oh, that's the round of 32. Oh, okay, I already went far. Okay, so the round of 32, you know what? I'm going to leave it for when I'm with Hassan and Luca. We're going to talk about the group stage matches. So Sunday, we're going to recapitulate all the games in the group stage, and then we're going to predict the knockout stage. So we're going to comment, analyze, and say our takes regarding the group stage, our thoughts and everything that happened in the group stage. And then we're going to predict and analyze the round of 32, the round of 16, the quarterfinals, and everything else. It's going to be a big, big episode this Sunday. Let's just see if I have anything else to fucking add to this episode before I wrap it up. Okay, let me talk about something. It's just been said that Donald J. Trump, the president of the United States, he will be the one giving the trophy to the winners. Yeah, I can't fucking wait to see that, bro. For most of you people that you know, Donald J. Trump is one of the most hated men on planet Earth. It's a fact. Everyone outside of America hates him. The only people that love him are the people who voted for Donald Trump in America. Everyone else hates him. Like, not doesn't like him, but literally hate him. All Canadians hate him. All Europeans hate him. All Africans hate him. Everyone hates him except for the Republicans, the Americans who voted for him. Now, of course, I'm going to the extremes to prove a point. There's many Canadians who love him. There's many Europeans who love him. But in general, they hate him, right? So it's just going to be crazy to see a sport that is so global and so worldwide, to see Donald J. Trump, who probably never watched a soccer game in his life, who probably doesn't know more than 4 players, Messi, Ronaldo, maybe Neymar, and like Beckham, right? He probably knows David Beckham. But other than that, he probably knows nobody. It's going to be so beautiful to see Donald J. Trump, with all his confidence as he has, walk down the pitch, get on the top of the stage, and give the trophy, which is probably like the most prestigious trophy in all of sports in the world of all time. Him give the trophy to a foreign country, because let's not lie, USA aren't winning the World Cup. It's probably going to be France, Argentina, Spain, whatever. Imagine seeing Donald J. Trump take the trophy and then hand it to Messi. Yo, that's going to be phenomenal. That's going to be crazy, bro. I'm going to screenshot that shit. That's going to be fucking phenomenal, bro. I can't wait to see it. Or imagine Donald J. Trump taking the trophy and like giving it to Kylian Mbappe. That's going to be fucking crazy also. But it's going to be funny because Donald J. Trump, he's so hated across the world. And soccer being such a worldwide sport, and then the nation who's going to win it, on that team, 80% of the players are going to hate probably hate Donald Trump, and they have no choice but to take it and to smile when Donald J. Trump takes the trophy and gives it to them. Imagine all the fans in the stadium. It's probably going to be filled with immigrants and foreign people. And then there's just Donald Trump, the most powerful man on planet Earth, taking the trophy and giving it to the winners. That's going to be fucking crazy. That's going to be a badass moment. Imagine Donald J. Trump, how confident he's going to be. He's not going to give a fuck. He's going to take the trophy, give it to the guy, and he's probably going to stay there for the pictures and for the spotlight, whatever. Yo, it's going to be crazy to see, man. Thoughts on this, people who think that, man, I already talked about it. Okay, let me end it on this note. As much as I hate on Ronaldo, I have to give him his flowers. Being 41 years old and being in the shape that he is, purely fitness-wise and physical-wise, no homo, that's fucking crazy, man. It's fucking crazy. But if you look at him, he's 41 years old. He looks in better shape than 99% of soccer players who are 28, 29, 30. It's fucking crazy. And it's all because of his dedication, his obsession for the game, his passion, his discipline, his everything, man. And that, I have to give flowers to Ronaldo. I have to give flowers to him because his work ethic, his discipline, his hunger to win and to be at the top of his game is fucking crazy, and it deserves nothing but praise. That's a fact. But also, let me add something else. People who think that Messi isn't disciplined, or who think that Messi doesn't work hard and isn't a go-getter, you guys don't know shit about football. Of course, if we talk about Ronaldo, that's no one in football throughout history or even now, no one is as disciplined as Ronaldo was. No one. So of course we can't compare Messi with Ronaldo when it comes to discipline, hard work, and work ethic. Of course, but to be fair, no one compares to Ronaldo. The only people who compare to Ronaldo across all sports, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, not even LeBron James. LeBron James was just really fucking talented. Of course, he was also really hardworking, but not as much as Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan. And then like Michael Phelps. Only those people compared to Ronaldo when it comes to work ethic, self-discipline, and everything else, right? Only those players. But it doesn't change the fact that Messi is really fucking disciplined and works really, really hard. He maybe doesn't work as hard as Ronaldo, but he's always in the gym. He never misses a practice. He never eats, maybe he doesn't have a perfect diet like Ronaldo, but he's always been really, really disciplined when it came to fitness and to everything else. He's always been a really disciplined player and a really hard-working player. And that's why even at the age of 39, he can still play at the top of his game. That's who Ronaldo is. That's who Messi is. Not as disciplined as Ronaldo, but still highly, highly, highly disciplined. So guys, that's going to be this for this podcast episode. See you Sunday to predict the knockout stages with Luka and Hassan. That was it for this episode. Peace out.